I'm gonna answer some questions that have been submitted, and I am so excited about it. Stay tuned.
Hi, Kristen. My name is Jasmine, and I'm a huge fan of yours. I wanted to ask, what was your thought process during the movie Underwater, and how did you feel during it? Like, were you scared at any point? Because there are a lot of people who are scared of being underwater, and I want to know, like, what was your thought process during that? How did you feel?
My thought process during making this movie was that it was the absolute most excruciating, long, hot, scary, existential death trap I've ever found myself in. And the cool thing about this movie is that it actually helps us to say that. So most of the time you try to kind of disguise a bad experience, be like, well, the best things about it were this, and at the end of the day, I think the movie turned out to be a great learning experience for all of us. This was just never do this again, but it's a horror movie, so please go have an excruciating experience along with me.
Hi, my question for Kristen Stewart is, out of all the roles you've ever done, which one makes you feel like you've developed the most as an actress, or makes you feel like you really developed your craft the most?
I feel like every role that I have ever gravitated towards, there's been a reason for it, whether or not I knew it in the moment or not, or learned sort of subsequently why I was into something. I've always really sort of untactfully navigated stuff and trusted the whole instinct thing, and found that people that should be making things together find each other. The most I've ever learned on a movie or felt the most realized as an actor has definitely not happened yet, and I am gunning for that moment.
I kind of really want to shave my head, but I'm really scared to, so do you have any tips that can help?
Do it yourself. It's a huge motivating factor. It just is fun. And also, your hair grows back, It's not that big of a deal. And what are you going to do it later in life? Do it now. Do it when you're, still feeling somewhat good about yourself. In a world where people love women. Do it all the time. Shave your head whenever you want.
How does one manage to be such an icon?
Number 1 is the most iconic number. How does one manage to be an icon? I don't really know how you follow up 2, 3, 4, 5. That those numbers, they have no shot. Number 1 is iconic, I vouch for number 1 through and through.
My question for you is, how are you?
I drank too much coffee today, so I'm kind of a little super present right now. How are you, bro? That's what we all want to know.
The question is, what is the most stressful thing you've ever had to go through while making a movie?
It's hard to hear actors talk about things that are hard, because it just sounds silly, because it's so cool what we get to do. But my job stresses me out to such an extent that it is masochistic. I think I've never done a job that didn't kind of freak me out. Maybe Charlie's didn't freak me out because it was just my job was to have fun. But on everything else I have ever done, I have been near conniption fit, super beside myself, weird, and a pig in shit happy about it. So to pick one is hard. This movie was the hardest physically ever. The suit sucked, and I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy.
Dance is forever.
Kristen Stewart, what is your favorite kind of dried fruit?
I love this question, because I actually do have an answer for it. I don't like dried fruit that much. I really, really appreciate dried blueberries. I've put them in a few salads recently and just thought it was a nice surprise, chewy kick that people go, what is that? I'm blueberries, dude. Who would have thunk it? Also, dried strawberries are really good. And my best friend is really obsessed with dried mango, which makes me sick for some reason. I don't like it.
Does being famous change your life and affect it? Or is it annoying? Or how is it?
I make movies and talk to a ton of people at the same time. I have really crazy, unprecedented access to other humans, and you know, just because like the access is also unprecedented towards me, it actually, if you look at all the positive aspects of it, it is like I'm like so lucky, and I would have tried to like shove my way into as many sort of energy fields as I could have, not in this position. So same, you know. Yeah. I made a movie called Underwater. I don't know who that is, but weirdo. If you want to go see it, see it. But you know, if you don't, that's cool. I'll be here in this room, in this hotel room, forever.